The internet has provided an opportunity for those with like-minded beliefs or interests to assimilate with one another. Reddit is one of the biggest platforms that encourages this. With over 100,000 active subreddits, you can find a community for just about everything. Most of these communities are normal stuff, but if you look hard enough, you can find some truly embarrassing and down bad communities. And today, I'd like to laugh at others' misfortunes. We're going to be making a tier list on the most depressing down bad subreddits. The first subreddit I'd like to take a look at is r/small dick problems. Now, don't ask how I know about this subreddit, none of your business. But this subreddit is absolutely hilarious and depressing at the same time. This subreddit is exactly what you would expect. It's just people complaining about their small Johnsons, and to really give you guys a taste of what you can get from this Reddit, let me just read you guys a couple of posts. Just had sex for the first time and I'm feeling suicidal. I was a 26-year-old virgin till today, and I thought that I've had enough, and I decided to call an escort home. When we were planning on doing the deed, I was removing my clothes, and I suggested that we use some oil as lube, and she said, "Your dick's so small anyway, you won't need it." If you're wondering why I'm doing this in a very bad Chinese accent, it's because in my head, this prostitute is a Chinese lady going, "Oh, your dick's so small, look like little piece of fried rice." This shocked me because nobody has spoken to me this way before. I was not fully hard anyway, so I thought it could get better. She kept commenting about my penis. She asked me if I was married and I said no. She told me not to get married because I will never be able to satisfy my wife. Man, what kind of garbage prostitute is this? Like, you're really gonna insult your customer? I get that prostitution probably doesn't have the best quality assurance, but you would think in the prostitution world, they would understand the importance of satisfying your customer. To make things worse, I ended up coming in like 30 seconds. After all this, she scammed so much money from me. I've always felt insecure about my size, but this experience has destroyed me completely. I don't think I will be able to date a woman ever. How do I cope with this, guys? Please help me. As funny and depressing as this story is, I feel like it has to be capped. There's just no way that this prostitute was making fun of him while he was paying her for sex. Like, it could technically be possible, but this story really does just read like some cuck fanfiction. And while this might not surprise you, but a lot of the people on this subreddit are cucks. They're very obsessed with other people's penis sizes. For instance, this next post, do you ever notice that on subreddits where people show their big dicks, comments are filled with women talking about how they want to suck it? No. Personally, I have not noticed that. Probably because I don't spend much time on other subreddits looking at big dicks. Like, if you're insecure about your penis size, why are you looking at big dicks on the internet at all? Like, that's the problem that we really need to focus on. He goes on to write, but on small dick subreddits, the comments are filled with only gay people. No healthy woman will ever prefer a small dick, and you just gotta accept that. I mean, yeah, it's true, women don't particularly like small dicks. I didn't know about this whole thing about gay people liking small dicks. I thought gay people like big dicks too, but I guess you learn something new every day. But it's just not healthy to obsess over this. Like, you can't change it, bro. Just stop looking at big dicks. More examples of how they're just obsessed with other people's dick sizes and how they're just basically cucks is this next post. Hung homeless man being drooled by woman. Just came across a post on Twitter. Woman drooling over a sleeping homeless man whose torn shorts exposed his gigantic flaccid dick. I mean, this guy's dick was twice my size. I'm not exaggerating. While soft. I mean, how is it possible that a fellow homo sapien like me has a dick that big compared to mine? Jeez. Are we really out here being jealous and getting cucked by a homeless dude? Like, I get it, he has a big dick, but he can't even afford a pair of pants. Unsurprisingly, the comments were suicide fuel. Woman drooling all in the comments, probably married or in a relationship. And this is the cuck fuel I'm talking about. Like, what do you mean they're probably married or in a relationship? Where are you getting this idea from? First off, they're probably not married or in a relationship because you usually follow your significant other on Twitter, and, you know, if your girlfriend's posting about how big this dude's dick is, it's probably gonna get you pretty mad. Like, most girlfriends aren't gonna comment on this saying, like, I need this homeless dude's dick. Could you imagine your woman seeing that on a homeless man and coming back home to your little dick? No wonder she gets agitated with any little thing. One thing is for sure, any of us in that picture would have been mocked or laughed at. But I guess size doesn't matter, right? I just hate this life. I wish I was never born. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, why are you imagining your imaginary girlfriend seeing another man's dick and wanting it? That's the last post we're gonna look at on this subreddit. As funny as it is actually really depressing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you think about it, if you're someone who's like depressed and you have nothing in your life going for you and you're about to kill yourself and you climb up on a ledge, but then the moment before you jump you realize, I have a big fat hog, you're probably going to climb down. But if you're that same person with the micro, when you climb up there, it's GG's, bro. You're not climbing back down. Alright, I probably shouldn't joke about suicide, but the point is, this subreddit is actually very depressing. Like, my heart goes out to all you micros out there, but at the same time, it is quite funny to point and laugh at this subreddit. This is probably the most depressing and most funny subreddit of all time. I'm gonna have to give this S tier. The next subreddit I'd like to take a look at is the red pill. In the Matrix, you take the red pill to escape the simulation and see the real world, while those who take the blue pill stay in the simulation. The red pill is an ideology where you accept the harsh truths of the world as facts and work with them to accomplish your goals. Well, it's more that you accept that women are whores and you as a man need to learn how to conquer these harlots without falling in love with them. There is more to this subreddit than just woman hate. Some of it is actually good advice. The issue is, a lot of it is just very nihilistic ideas on love. To best understand this subreddit, we're going to go over a post titled, "For all you newbies, this is for you." It's a long post, so I'm not going to go over every word. I'm just going to take a look at some of the key points. No woman can fix your happiness or be the main source of it. Get your shit together first and improve yourself. I agree, you can never use one person as your main source of happiness. This is true for both men and women. It's never good to depend on someone else. Don't deal with shitty women ever. Again, I agree. I mean, it's a pretty obvious point and also kind of vague on what a shitty woman is, but I'm not going to say this is bad advice. The amount of girls that want their hair pulled, ass slapped, and be told what to do in bed is astounding. From my experience, this is true, but I don't really know what kind of porn brain advice this is. Like, just do what makes you happy in bed, and if your significant other likes the same thing, then that's great, and if they don't, then don't force it. Like, don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do because you read it on the red pill. Don't feed them with compliments. Leave it to the betas. Your eyes should do the talking when she dazzles in that dress. Man, this is just such a Redditor statement. Like, what kind of virgin shit is this? Let your eyes do the talking while she dazzles in that dress, talking about betas, and like, this is just corny. If the girls like compliments, yeah, you don't just force a girl with compliments if she's not into you, but if a girl likes you, I'm sure she would appreciate a compliment. It's not going to make her lose respect for you. Be ready to walk away from any relationship. This applies to real life. If something doesn't feel right, walk. Actual great advice in my opinion. I've stuck around in many relationships where my gut was telling me it was wrong, but for some reason or another I stayed in it and it just ended up hurting me more in the end. Be always less invested than she is. You hold the power. And now we're back to more corny Reddit advice. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be overly invested in someone who doesn't really care for you or is just not good for you, but if it's someone you really like, there's nothing wrong with being invested in them. It doesn't make you a weaker person. Women treat relationships like men treat jobs. You may have a fine job, decent pay, vacation, just got a promotion, whatever you're thinking. Yeah, I'll probably stick around a while. Then someone comes up and asks if you want to be an astronaut and triple your current pay. You couldn't put in your resignation fast enough. Yeah, bro, love's not real. A woman might just leave you at any moment. As soon as she finds something better, she's gone, bro. It doesn't even matter. Just enjoy it while it lasts. Women are just so evil. They're just gonna leave you at any moment for a new man that they find better. And then the very next point they make is a monkey doesn't let go of the branch it's on until it has another branch in hand. Saying you should wait to leave your woman until you find a new one, presumably someone who is better. Like, what kind of double standards is this? Like, how are you going to be all nihilistic in the last point, saying that a woman will never actually love you and might just leave you at any point for an upgrade, while also telling people to not leave a woman until you find a better one? Like, do you not see the double standards? Both of these points are stupid. Yeah, a woman might leave you for a new dude she finds better, but if that happens, then it just wasn't a good relationship. And no, you shouldn't wait to break up with your girlfriend until you find a new one. That is just a messed up thing to do. It is not the same as a monkey swinging from branches. If you want true love, get a dog. Alright, I don't care how much of a Redditor statement that is. That's a hard quote. I'm putting that shit on a t-shirt. I don't care. That's tough. That is tough. It doesn't matter how long you've been with a woman, how many memories you have together, or how much effort you put in. She will forget you in less than a week and move on to the next guy. I'm not really sure where he's getting this evidence from. I feel like it's more of a personal anecdote of a girl that broke up with him and then moved on to another guy very quickly. But you act like us men don't do the same. Like, after every breakup, I'm instantly going on Tinder, going to every bar. Like, first thing I'm doing is looking for some pussy. It is true that women do usually get over breakups quicker than men, but that's more because they're more, like, emotionally intelligent and know how to process their emotions better and all that hoopla. Like, us men, or at least me, when I go through a breakup, I usually just avoid all thoughts of that person and just fill my mind with, yeah, I need to go to the gym, I need to get pussy, I need to make YouTube videos, I just need to become someone great. and you don't really process your emotions that you had, and then it comes creeping back up on you for the next who knows how long. Don't stick your dick in crazy, trust me, and wrap your shit. Now I'm gonna have to give this a half true, as no, you probably shouldn't fuck a crazy girl, but really dude, a condom? If I wanted to fuck plastic, I would go jerk off in a latex glove. So yeah, some of this is good advice, like focusing on yourself or just not committing to a bad relationship, but a lot of it is just so corny, like, oh my god, women are so evil, it's okay to give them your dick, but don't give them your heart. This whole subreddit is just filled with people that just aren't over a bad breakup, like, not everything is just because a woman bad, like, just man up and get out of this negative echo chamber, because looking through these kind of subreddits is never going to help you form a healthy relationship. Overall, I'm going to have to give this C tier, because as cringe and funny as it is, there's definitely a lot more cringe out there on Reddit. The next subreddit I'd like to take a look at is r/Black Pill Science. The black pill is a very similar ideology to the red pill, but instead of trying to overcome the obstacles that life hands you, you kind of just accept that there's nothing you can do, and the only people that get women are chads, and it's just all hopeless. Off rip, you can tell that this subreddit is pretty down bad just by looking at their main image. I don't really know how to read this graph, but you know things are getting pretty bad when you're analyzing other men's cheekbones. This subreddit is only filled with scientific articles that support their hypothesis that life is not fair and girls only want chads. On this Reddit, you can find insightful scientific studies like Asian women are 4 times more likely to have an STD compared to Asian men, or short males suffer from outright discrimination, which according to research is no less severe than gender or racial discrimination, or physical attractiveness is the strongest predictor of initial romantic interest in both sexes. No evidence male personality plays any role for women. All the articles on here boil down to women have more sex, men have less, and appearance is the only thing that matters in a relationship, and I'm not going to argue that women don't have more sex or that appearance isn't important, but why are you crying, Mud? Like, have your parents never told you from a young age that life's not fair? You just gotta deal with it? It's just cringe. This whole community tries to use science as evidence on why they don't get pussy. Like, it doesn't get much more Redditor than that. This whole subreddit is just woman hate, and I get it. Like, I hate these bitches too, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm not gonna let a couple bad relationships just flood my mind with only negative thoughts on how women only care about appearances and none of them are loyal. Looking through scientific studies on why girls only like chads and no one's gonna ever like you for you is probably one of the dumbest things you can do. Like, I got depressed just looking at this subreddit. And the thing about scientific studies is you can really find studies that support whatever belief you already have. Like, for instance, with a quick Google search, I found these 2 studies that support the exact opposite of what the black pill tries to tell you. But no, I'm sure that's just some blue pill propaganda. Personally, I don't really trust what any of these research articles say about love and relationships on either side, and that's my main problem with the black pill and the red pill is people think you can just like find the answer to love like it's some sort of math equation. Like, nah dog, people and emotions are complex. You're not gonna just hack into the matrix and figure out how to get any thick Latina or petite Asian. Like, it ain't work like that. What works for someone else isn't gonna work for everyone. Even the advice I've been given on love and relationships certainly isn't something you should follow. I've never even been in a healthy relationship. It's just stupid when people try to like figure out, you know, how to finesse girls or how to finesse relationships. There ain't no finesse, brother. You just gotta do what you feel's natural and hopefully it all works out in that. I don't know, man. I don't have the advice, but don't look at some corny-ass incel subreddits like this. That is not gonna help you, I'll tell you that much. This subreddit's really not that funny to look and laugh at, but it is downright depressing. Like, these people are down very bad, so I'm gonna have to give this A tier. Now, we've only been looking at down bad men, so for this last subreddit, let's check out some down bad women. And we're going to be taking a look at r/Forever Alone Woman. While just about every woman can get some dick, it don't matter if they're fat, ugly, hell, even retarded, they can all find some penis. The main thing that this subreddit struggles with is finding a relationship, you know, getting a boyfriend. While when I was first looking at this subreddit, you know, I was being a bit of a toxic man thinking, these women have it easy, it doesn't matter, they can all get some dick anyways. But I realized they do make a good point, mostly from reading this one post titled, "I'm sick of guys thinking it's easier for women to find love." Now, the only part of this post I really want to focus on is near the end where she says, "Half of the men I open up to have tried to take advantage of my vulnerability to try to get sex, then left when they didn't get any. One even suggested I suck his cock to make me feel less worthless." And shit, man, I'd be lying if I were to say this isn't something I would do. I'd be lying if I were to say this isn't something I've already done. I'm not proud of it, but yes, I have helped a couple women feel less worthless by putting my cock in their mouth, and at the time I thought I was helping, but after reading these posts, I'm really not sure anymore. This whole subreddit is just extremely black-pilled, but instead of woman bad, it's men bad, and not every guy is a scumbag, just like not every woman is a trifling harlot. But yeah, most of them kind of are, but it's not supposed to be easy to find love, and just focusing on all these negatives on how guys only use you for sex and no one really wants a relationship with an ugly girl isn't helping anyone. Like, I've seen tons of ugly couples that look pretty happy, and shit, if you can't find a relationship right now, focus on yourself, be a strong, independent woman. You could become a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. While this subreddit is literally the exact same as the black pill, but just for women, something about it being a woman is just less cringe and embarrassing. Like, I just want to help them feel less worthless by a little penis in the mouth action, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't feel like it's that down bad. I just feel bad for them. I'm gonna have to put this as D tier. Well, that's all I got for the video, and if you watch this entire thing, bro, you gotta rethink your life. Like, I swear this video was kind of garbage, I'm not gonna lie. My next one's gonna be better. In my head, this video was like an absolute banger, and then once I started making it, I'm like, it's kind of mid, but I was already halfway done, so screw it, we're gonna finish it. We're gonna end up making it, doggies. We're gonna make it big. Everyone follow my YouTube, follow my Twitter, make me feel special, and just so y'all know, it gets better, doggies. We all gonna make it, and as always, peace out, doggies.